Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of the most frustrating comic books of the past couple of months for me. And it's only frustrating for me. Basically, when this came out, I really liked the look of it, and they did a special edition version which came with a vinyl 7-inch. And I ordered a couple of copies of it, one for me, one for another customer, and then I ordered an extra one for the store thinking you never know. And it's such a cool idea, and then they sent from Diamond UK the special edition. You can tell it's special edition. Look at the price on that one. $15. $15 for a comic book. So they're usually $5. Absolutely no vinyl in it whatsoever. Just a comic book. Massively frustrating. Didn't get the other ones we ordered either. So, I mean, at least it's only like a third of the frustration I was expecting. But main reason it's frustrating as well is it's really good. It's amazing. It's Tyler Boss and Matthew Rosenberg who are doing brilliant things. Matthew Rosenberg is one of those writers who occasionally pops up and just absolutely knocks stuff out of the park. And then for the rest of the time, kind of just sits there doing good jobbing writing. Like, I've seen his name on a bunch of like key characters, and I've flicked through them, and nothing's really made me jump out. I think when he has the room to work on his own, when he's not playing in somebody else's swimming pool, he can actually really get some great ideas. I first came across him with the whole 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank, which I missed. I totally missed that one when it first came out. You know, I had one member of my one customer ask for it, and we sold it, and he said it was good, but I never read it. And then years later, I was reading Dead Dogs Bite, and I was absolutely blown away by Tyler Boss's artwork because he had an absolutely elegant simplicity of line, played around with page layouts, but maintained his own structure. And that's probably one of the things that I'm really quite impressed with in terms of the art for this one, because apart from some rather excellent mood lighting and brilliant use of colouring, that is effectively kind of page 1. Page 2. So what you see there is that kind of not quite standard 9-panel grid. I really do like a 9-panel grid. I think Mr. Miracle did a great use of it. But recently I found myself quite enjoying that playing around with it. The Savage Shores does a brilliant job with it as well. It's one of those that it means you're not completely rigidly stuck in a certain place. You can expand a panel out when you really want to show something, or you can use it to tell a very quick succession of images as a story, and use it for timing as well. Very effective, and it allows great conversations. You get really nice backs and forwards as you flick camera angles to camera angles. Well, POV, should I say. After that, you get an actual splash page. I think it might be one of only 2 in the book, but that is brilliant. That is a close POV. There's a lot going on there, which makes a lot more sense if you read the entire comic book. But then you flick it over and you get this. My personal favorite page in the comic book. It looks like it's going to be carrying on that like unstructured 9-panel grid. It doesn't. It, like, for the rest of the comic book, it kind of drifts in and out of it, but never ignoring it, but never going too far away from it either. It maintains a solid feel throughout by the page layouts, and the artwork is spectacular. It's that level of detail I absolutely love, where you're not drowned in line work. You're not drowning in line work, should I say? But when you're looking for the fine detail, you're not disappointed. You can keep going back and keep seeing all the exceptionally cool bits they throw in there. There's lots of times where you see it happening in this comic book. There is random references to bands scrawled graffiti on things. My personal favorite odd bit of artwork is the morning after the night before, which, by the way, excellent bit of like just teenagers hanging out and getting drunk over a couple of pages, but that one in particular, just exceptionally cool 4 panels there. But waking up the morning after, there's something which just always makes me smile, because when I was a kid, we used to draw, well, yes, that as well, but that weird S thing. Now, there might be some more pop culturally relevant people out there who'll know what that weird S thing is, but I know I used to draw that on my exercise books when I was in school, and I know kids today do it. Apparently, kids in the post-apocalyptic future do it as well. I don't know what it means, but I like the fact that that's there. So, the post-apocalyptic future. Now we actually get into the story after me talking about artwork for far too long. The story is brilliant while not telling us everything. Again, kind of beats that I really like. I want issue 1 not just to be what's on the previews world blurb. I want a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. I want to keep asking questions, and I also want enough exposition to keep you coming back. This one has a post-apocalypse world with gangs existing in the world where there is no grown-ups, or at least the grown-ups have gone somewhere else. They're in, like I say, very cliquey kind of gangs with their own rules, and they appear to have some kind of council, but you don't entirely know. There's definitely several gangs, but you don't know who they all are. What happened to the grown-ups is unknown. Why it is a post-apocalypse world is unknown, and how they survive. There are strangers who appear to be vaguely grown up, but also weird and ethereal. There is reference to a back door, which is kind of, it's like there's an entire universe that's going on just slightly beyond the perceptions of the characters of this comic book. And as external viewers from of this world, we are not given anything extra that they're not. There's a couple of pages where we see stuff which they don't, a couple of panels maybe, even not even full pages, but it doesn't really add anything because it maintains that mystery throughout. Just because we see something happening they don't, we don't have the context that they have, so it makes as much sense to us as it would to them. Really, really nicely done. And then when you get to the end, we do have another splash page, which is them actually seeing what the world outside is like. A look at that post-apocalyptic vista. My eye was drawn to this. Not sure what that is. It looks like it could be a entrance to a large underground vault of some type. It looks like it could be something that's crashed into the ground. Who knows? But again, it asks questions it doesn't answer, and it doesn't feel like it has to. It has absolute confidence in characterizations as well. I know I'm over my time limit on this one, but it's worth talking about. It's a $5 comic book, which is twice the size of a regular $5 comic. It's brilliant. You get absolutely loads of bang for your buck, and as such, lots to talk about. Characterization is the last thing, though. At the beginning, you have a rather nice inside cover of main characters done in a kind of South Park style. And as you're going through it, you get characterizations from them done really effectively through dialogue and interaction. You don't have the need of somebody to be like, oh, yeah, everyone knows that Joe person. Oh, they're at Hard Knot. You don't get any exposition for it. You get shown it. Best way of storytelling. And in comic books, it's pretty much the only effective way of doing it. Highly recommended. Really looking forward to the rest of it. Very annoyed I didn't get my vinyl. That's it from me today. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.